I will share the screen. Okay. So I think we were discussing about the jump instructions. Some are conditional jump instructions and some are unconditional jump instructions. Okay. Unconditional jump instructions we have seen. First one was the S jump. There is problem with this. Okay. So first instruction was S jump. Okay. I will switch over to this. Yeah. So the first type of jump, that was S jump, which is an unconditional jump. And here we give the 8-bit relative address. relative address. This was the first jump. Second jump was A jump, AJMP. Here also we give the 8 bit absolute address, not relative address. It is absolute address. And third jump instruction which we saw was long jump, L jump. It has a 16 bit address, 16 bit actual address. Okay, the range of this S jump instruction is only 256 bytes. Within this range only you can jump. That is 128 bytes backward jump and 127 bytes forward jump. A jump has 2 kilobytes space or range. 2 kilobytes. Okay, that is 2048 bytes. Exactly. So out of that 1024 bytes you can jump backward, 1024 bytes you can jump forward. Correct? L jump has 64 kilobytes range. That's why it is called as long range. You can jump from the first address to last address in the memory. Okay, here you have to only mention the actual address where you want to jump. Correct. So all the three types of jumps we have seen, discussed. S jump is a 2 byte instruction, 1 byte for the code S jump and 1 byte for the relative address, 8 bit relative address. A jump is also a 2 byte instruction, 1 byte for the A jump code and 1 byte for the absolute address. Actually the absolute address in case of A jump is 11 bit. It is 11 bit. Correct. So 3 bits from the A jump instruction code, they are used for the address purpose, absolute address purpose. So 3 bits from the code and 8 bits from the second byte. That makes it 8 plus 3, 11 bytes. 11 bits. So the address is 11 bit. So we know that 2 raised to 11 is nothing but 2 kilobyte. So we can have an address range of 2 kilobytes. Correct. Now what are the remaining 5 bits? Out of the remaining 5 bits, they are used for the page purpose. Page. Correct. So 2 raised to 5 means 32. So there are 32 pages. Each page is of 2 kilobyte. So 2 kilobyte into 32. That makes it 64 kilobyte. Okay, that's why we say that the range of address at the jumping range of the L jump instruction is 64 kilobytes. No, sorry, absolute jump. Jumping range is 2 kilobytes, correct. But how many pages are there? 32 pages are there. So you have to select the page also, which page you are using. And then within that page you can jump 2 kilobyte. Correct. So totally 32 pages are there. Each page is 2 kilobytes. That makes it 64 kilobytes. In case of L jump, the address itself is 16 bit, actual address. So we know that 2 raised to 16 is nothing but 64 kilobyte. So here the address range is 64 kilobytes. You can jump from any address to any address within 64 kilobytes. Within 64 kilobytes, you can jump from any address to any address. That is the facility provided by the L jump instruction. So I think this is clear. Okay. Now, when we consider the one more jump in unconditional jump instruction is there, that is JMP, and here the address is given as address at A plus DPTR. I think I have told you. Suppose suppose I want to jump at this address, so 2553H. This is my address where I want to jump. So in this case, 2500 is considered as the base and 53 is considered as the offset. Is considered as the offset. So this base 2500 is taken in DPTR and this offset 53 is taken in accumulator, that is register A. Okay. After you load these addresses in the registers DPTR and accumulator, then only you can use this particular instruction. Correct. So before using this instruction, you have to load these addresses. In the DPTR and A. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So I think it is clear now. This jump instruction is also unconditional. We are not putting any condition. We are just supplying or supporting the addresses. Base address is given in the DPTR and offset address is given in the accumulator. So the addition of base address and offset address is automatically done by the microcontroller or CPU or control unit, and actual address is automatically obtained by adding the base address and the home address. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Uh, then we come to the conditional jump instructions. I think I have already discussed some of the conditional jump instructions like jump on carry to the relative address, jump on no carry to the relative address, jump on 0 to the relative address. All the relative addresses are 8-bit, that you have to remember. So all these are short jump instructions, JC, JNC, where the address is 8-bit. The jump instructions are, even the conditional jump instructions are short jump instructions because they have a range of only 256 bytes. Okay, they can go backward by 128 bytes and forward by, they can jump forward by 127 bytes. J and Z is also there. Correct. So this JC instruction, it will check the carry flag. If carry is 1, then jump. Then jump to the relative address. Jump on no carry. If carry is not 1, no carry means if carry is not 1, then jump. Jump on 0 means if 0 flag is 1, then jump. And jump on no 0 means if the 0 flag is not 1, then jump. Okay. So jump will be taken only when the condition becomes true. We are saying that if carry, if, all these are if. Because in conditional jump instructions, we put some condition. If this condition occurs, then only jump. So if carry is 1, or if carry occurs, then only jump. If carry doesn't occur, then jump. If 0, if the result is 0, then jump. If the result is not 0, then jump. Okay, so both the types of instructions we are supporting. If that condition occurs or if that condition doesn't occur, we have both the types of jump instructions. So all these are the some of the conditional jump instruction. We also see a few more conditional jump instructions. I will tell you. Uh, 4 instructions we have seen. There is an instruction called as CJNE. CJNE. CJNE A address relative address. Now C means compare. What compare? The data of accumulator and data of this given address. Data of the accumulator and data of this given address. Of course, this given address must be a RAM address, valid RAM address. It must be a valid RAM address. Correct. So data of A and data of RAM address, they are compared, and if they are not equal, then jump to relative address. This is the meaning. Correct. So if the first of all the data is compared, so we need for comparison we need two data values. So one data will be in accumulator and second data is in assumed to be in the address, RAM address. So if the data in the accumulator and data in the address, they are equal. If they are equal, then it will not take jump. It will not jump. What we are saying, compare and jump if not equal. J and E, jump if not equal. If they are not equal, then it will take the jump to the relative address. Correct. So here I have written, this is not equal. This is not equal. If data in A is not equal to data in the address, then jump to the relative address. That is CJN. Okay. Variation of this CJN is one data in accumulator and second data directly 8-bit data you can mention in the instruction itself and then take the jump to the relative address. So here what we are doing, if data in A is not equal to the 8-bit data, given data, then jump to relative address. Then jump to the relative address. If data in the accumulator is not equal to the 8-bit data, this is the data already we have given in the instruction, then jump to the relative address. Correct. So instead of taking the data in the address, we are directly mentioning second data in the instruction itself. So how many byte instruction it will be? First of all, let us see how many byte this instruction will be. 1 byte for the code CJNE, 1 byte for address, and 1 byte for relative address. So it is a 3 byte instruction. Because one address is used for data, second data, and one address is used for as a relative address, to jump address. Correct. So one for code, one for address, one for relative address. So it becomes a 3 byte instruction. This is also 3 byte instruction. One for code, second for data, and third for the relative address. It is also all the jump instructions or CJNE instructions are 3 byte. Correct. Only variation is one data is in accumulator, no doubt. Second data is changing. In the first instruction, we are providing the second data in the address, RAM address. In the second instruction, we are providing the second data directly in the instruction itself. Correct. And third instruction, CJNE, RN, hash data, hash 8-bit data, relative address, comma, relative address. So naturally this is also a 3 byte instruction. One for the code, CJNE RN, second for the 8-bit data, and third for the relative address. All the relative addresses are 8-bit. So it requires 3 bytes. So it is 3 bytes. What is the difference between the first two instruction and the third instruction? Here, one data is taken in the bank register R0 to R7. Rn means I am always writing R0 to R7. Any one of these registers you can use. So one data is in the bank registers, second data we are providing in the instruction itself. Then these two data values will be compared. If they are not equal, then jump will be taken to the relative address. This is the meaning. Okay, so all these are CJNE instructions except few variations are there. Correct. What are the variations we see? In the first two instructions, the data is in the accumulator. First data is in the accumulator. Second data is either in the address or in the instruction itself. Third instruction, one data here accumulator is not used. Instead of accumulator, bank registers are used. So first data is in the bank register. Second data is in the instruction itself. Okay, they are compared. Again, one more variation of CJNE. One more variation of CJNE is CJNE address at RP, comma, hash data, 8-bit data, comma, relative address. Now, can anybody tell me what is the meaning of this particular instruction? Here RP means R0 or R1. Either of these two registers you can use. Correct. So it is an indirect addressing method we are using because it is address at. When this sign comes, naturally it is indirect addressing. So we are providing the address of the data, address of the first data, either in R0 or in R1. We are not providing the data in R0 R1, we are providing the address of the data. So address is a RAM address, 8-bit RAM address. So that RAM address we are providing in R0 or R1. Correct. We are putting some data at that address. Second data is already there in the instruction itself. And third is relative address where you want to jump. Okay, so in this case, the data in the address, if that is not equal to the 8-bit data, that is second data, then jump to relative address. Then jump to the relative address. So relative address is 8-bit. Correct? So we are providing the data in the address itself. But instead of giving actual address, what we are doing? We are hiding that address in the R0 or R1 because we want to use indirect addressing method. So address is not given in the instruction. Address is given or hidden in the R0 and R1 or R1. So in this way, all these are CJNE instruction. This is also 3-byte instruction, no doubt. It is also 3-byte instruction. 1 byte for the code, CJNE. Second byte for the data, 8-bit data. Third byte for the relative address. Correct. So all these are the different variations of the CJNE instruction. Now, of course, we are going to use these instructions in our programs. So I will tell you how to make use of these instructions. Next I go to this one more instruction, that is DJNZ instruction. DJNZ RN relative address. So here DJNZ means decrement the data in RN, RN means R0 to R7, any register, bank register. decrement the data in the bank register and jump if not 0. If it is not 0, if data is not equal to 0, then jump to relative address. Then jump to the relative address. So first, this is a, you can say, 2-in-1 instruction. We are decrementing the data in RN, that is a bank register, and after decrementing, we are checking whether that data has become 0 or not. If the data is not 0, then the jump is taken to the relative address. Correct. So it is a 2-in-1 instruction. Actually, we can have two different instructions. Correct. That is, I can write like this: decrement RN and jump if not 0 to relative address. Correct. So I can I can do the same thing using these two instructions. First, I will decrement the data in RN, and then I will check whether it is 0 or not. Data has become 0 or not. If not 0, then I will take the jump to the relative address. Correct. So instead of using two different instructions, this is a 2-in-1 instruction. First of all, data in the RN is decremented by 1, and then it is checked whether the data is 0 or not. If it is not 0, then the jump is taken to the relative address. This is the meaning. There is one more variation of this instruction. One more variation. Small change. TJNZ address, relative address. What is the meaning? The meaning is that the data in the given address, RAM address, is decremented. What I say? Address is not decremented. Data in the given address is decremented. Okay, so whatever address you mention, suppose I mention this address 50. Correct. The meaning is data in this address 50 is decremented by 1. So actually what we are doing, we are decrementing the data by 1. So you get the second data here. So the data in the address is decremented by 1. So this is now the new data. Old data is decremented by 1, and this becomes the new data. This data is checked whether it is 0 or not. If the data is not 0, then the relative address jump is taken. Correct. So both are same. DJNZ instruction and this DJNZ instruction is same, except that here the data is given in the bank registers, and here the data is given in the RAM address. That is the only change. Okay, so where you are specifying that data, you can specify the data either in the bank registers R0 to R7, or you can specify that data in any of the RAM addresses. Normally we use the user RAM, that is from the addresses 30H to 7FH. Correct, because below 30H, that is 00 to 2F, they are reserved addresses. Correct. I think all of you know 32 bytes are reserved for bank registers. There is bank 0, 8 registers, bank 1, 8 registers, bank 2, 8 registers, and bank 3, 8 registers. So that makes 32 bytes. Correct. So 32 bytes are already reserved for the bank registers. After that comes the bit addressable RAM area, which is a 16 byte area. 16 bytes. That is 20 from 20 to 2F. All these bytes are used for as bit addressable RAM area. And after 2F comes the 30 from 30 to 7F. We know that RAM in the 8051 is 128 bytes. आपल्याला माहिती मायक्रोकंट्रोलर 8051 मध्ये रॅम जो आहे तो 128 बाईट्स आहे. ठीक आहे. तर 128 म्हणजे हे झालं डेसिमल व्हॅल्यू. हेक्साडेसिमल मध्ये त्याला 7F म्हणतो आपण 128 ला. सो फ्रॉम 30 to 7F all the addresses they are used as user addresses. Okay, so normally you should put your data, whatever data, temporary data you want to put. You should use the addresses in the user RAM area. Don't go inside the reserved area, which are reserved for the bank registers and bit addressable RAM area. Don't enter normally, don't enter into this area. So from 00 to 2F, this is reserved. This is reserved. You should not make use of this area for general purpose. If you want to use general purpose, then go for 30H to 7FH. This is your general user area. General purpose you can use. So I think this is clear. Okay. So all the types of instructions we have seen. All the types of instructions, jump instructions, unconditional jump instruction and conditional jump instructions. Correct. So let us solve some examples, programs based upon these instructions. Okay. For example, I will write one example. Write the instructions. Write the instructions to increment the accumulator data until accumulated data from 00 to until it becomes 55H. मी काय म्हटलं, मला हा जो डेटा आहे ॲक्युम्युलेटर मधला डेटा किंवा कशामधला मधला, इन्क्रीमेंट द डेटा म्हणा, ॲक्युम्युलेटर म्हणू नका. राईट द इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स टू इन्क्रीमेंट द डेटा फ्रॉम 00 अप टू 00 टू अंटिल इट बिकम्स 55H. म्हणजे इन्क्रीमेंट झाला पाहिजे डेटा 00 पासून, पण 55 आलं की इन्क्रीमेंटिंग स्टॉप झालं पाहिजे. ह्याच्या पुढे इन्क्रीमेंट नाही झालं पाहिजे, तो थांबला पाहिजे तिथं. करेक्ट. तर आता मी कसं चेक करणार की 55 झालाय का नाही? अगदी सोपं आहे, अगदी सोपं आहे. आपण डेटा कम्पेअर करू शकतो ना. आता मी कम्पेअर अँड जम्प इफ नॉट इक्वल असं लिहिलेलं आहे इन्स्ट्रक्शन. मी तुम्हाला लिहून दाखवतो एक प्रोग्राम. मूव ए कॉमा हॅश, इथं डेटा घेतो मी 00H. करेक्ट. INCA इन्क्रीमेंट करतो डेटा आणि आता लिहितो CJNE ए कॉमा, म्हणजे ए मधला डेटा कुठल्या डेटा बरोबर, 55H या डेटा बरोबर कम्पेअर कर. अँड जम्प इफ नॉट इक्वल टू रिपीट. हा रिलेटिव्ह ॲड्रेस आला. हा कोणत्या रिलेटिव्ह ॲड्रेस कुठं आलं, मला परत इन्क्रीमेंटच करायचं आहे, रिपीट करायचं, परत इन्क्रीमेंटिंग करत राहायचं कुठपर्यंत, जोपर्यंत हा डेटा